I think it would probably be more dangerous to delay even longer. So let's
Well, you're going to have to camp somewhere. You're not delaying. It's just where you spend the night.
I feel that there's more trouble here.
Alrighty.
No, 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 don't
Oh, oh, oh,
pass.
oh.
Jeez.
I'm
As
confused.
in freaking camp here.
Oh.
I said there's more danger here, so I want to do that.
That's very counterintuitive. Hang on a second. Woo! I got this. Alright, go there.
I said I wanted to choose all of the wrong decisions.
Got the scroll. The old man that wasn't really there. Set up camp. The wagons are drawn into a circle and you set up camp inside. A ranger is posted to patrol the perimeter, and the troubadours construct a small stage onto which strides Yesu. He calls for the silence before announcing the title of the play, The Brave Warriors of Summerlund, a choice that meets the hearty approval of your men. During the performance, you notice something very odd. Not only is one of the actors using a real sword, but is the type of sword only issued to the officers of the Summerlunding cavalry. After the play, you approach the man and question him about the sword. He looks at you nervously and makes a dash for the darkness to the perimeter of the wagons. Let's save. Do you wish to give chase and have the guy discipline of tracking or hunting? Or do you wish to let him go?
I want to give chase.
Yeah!
I need more danger.
Although the wagons are shrouded in darkness, your Kai senses reveal to you the actor's hiding place. You climb the ladder to the rear of the large caravan, push open the door with your weapon, and enter. In the plush candlelit interior of the caravan, you find the actor cowering beneath a blanket in the far corner. You flick the blanket aside and ask the petrified man to explain how he came to possess such a fine sword. I bought it in Ishnar, he stammers, his eyes wide with fear, from the innkeeper of the Pick and the Shovel Tavern. He grasps the sword by the blade and offers it to you. If it's your sword I have unwittingly brought, I am truly sorry. Here, please take it. You grip the brass hilt and examine it closely. There is no doubt it is a Summerlunding cavalry sword, but the inscription on the blade makes your heart miss a beat. Captain Ramir Deval, the King's Guard Regiment. So, the guy that they sent out that never returned. Do you wish to keep this sword? Mark it on your action chart as a weapon. Or not.
Make sure you keep note that the sword's special significance. However, it still counts as a normal sword for all combat purposes.
I was gonna
So
say,
it
didn't
is
do that
marked
guy
as
any
a
good to
special
have.
sword, or is it just marked as a sword?
I think it's marked as a sword, but it has the inscription of it's the Captain Deval's sword. And the book wants you to remember that it's his sword. I guess, like, in case, if someone's like, hey, that's not your sword, and you'd be like, yeah, it is. No, it's not.
Well,
You would have to give up the dagger if you want to keep it.
I guess I will.
All right. Drop. Take. Oh, it does mark it as Captain Deval's sword.
Cool. Sweet.
Just so you'll never forget. Like, book 13, you're like, I'll use Captain Deval's sword.
I whip out Captain Deval's sword.
Let's just not forget that Captain Duvall also had that sword, and he's not come back yet.
That's true. That's a good point. We saw how well this sword helped him. You return to the Troubadour stage in time for a meal that has been prepared by your host. The steaming broth smells most appetizing. Do you wish to accept the meal, or do you want to eat one from your backpack?
Let's wastefully freaking eat my food.
Ooh, not accepted meals. Nicely done.
Fuck those guys.
Like, they offer you food, you just like slap it to the ground.
I'm sorry, that's a reflex.
I got beef jerky. The show finally comes to an end, and you make the necessary preparation for the night's sleep. At dawn the next day, you and your company bid farewell to the traveling players and continue on your way to Ruanon. Pick a number on the random number table, because this has never been bad. 0.
Oh, sweet. the best numbers.
Mile after mile, you ride across the flat and desolate landscape surrounding the ruin on Pike. You have entered the wildlands of the south of Paso Muerta. You cannot use hunting to fulfill meal requirements in this desolate area.
No.
Yet, in spite of the uninspiring view, your men seem in fine spirits. They sing rousing marching songs to relieve the tedium of the journey and help to allay the fears of what may lie ahead. During the afternoon, storm clouds gather above the peaks of the Derncrag Mountains to the west, and the roll of distant thunder warns of imminent rain. It is late afternoon when your scouts sight a coaching tavern on the highway ahead. It is a large stone building that has been fortified. Do you wish to stop at the tavern for the night? Do you decide to brave the possible storm and continue to ride south?
Dude, I think there's gonna be like a vampire in that tavern. We must waste enough time doing pointless shit.
Done. The sound of the tolling bells drifts across the barren landscape. Like, it's so funny. Like, your men think you're like the best leader in the world because you really care about them, and you're sitting there going, "I'm just trying to waste time." It's like, oh, he wanted us to spend with the troop, and he doesn't want us to be out in the storm. And you're just like, how much time can I kill? The sound of the tolling bells drifts across the barren landscape. Window shutters slam down, but eyes still peer at you through arrow slits carved into the walls. You draw your company to a halt outside the wide tavern doors. "We are Summerlunding. We seek the shelter for the night and fodder for our mounts," you shout. There is a long pause before a voice answers your call with a random number.
14!
7! What proof have we that you are not bandits in stolen uniforms? What can you say that will convince them that you speak the truth?
I pull out the summer sword.
I don't think that's gonna work. If you wish to say that you're a Kai Lord and your men are border rangers or Summerlund, or do you wish to show them your badge of rank? Yes,
I'd like to show them my badge of rank.
Because they just asked, how do we know you're not in stolen uniforms? Well, look at my uniform.
Well,
Let's
I've got
look at my
really
badge of
nothing better
rank.
than this.
They'll totally believe me if I just do that. Come on, I didn't steal this.
You hear a large
This is
thud of
mine.
the door bar and it's sliding back into Burley. It worked! What?
Cause bitch, this is my badge.
Uniforms they can steal. Badges, they don't steal that.
It's been a
Shoot,
fun
man.
death, don't you know?
It's logical, Captain. You hear a thud of the heavy drawbar sliding back, and a burly man dressed in a leather jerkin appears in the tavern door. "Welcome to my humble inn, my lord. Pardon my suspicions, but this is a very dangerous area. One mistake can cost us our lives." You signal to your men to stable their horses and follow the innkeeper into his tavern. The bar looks more like an armory than a drinking hall. Quivers of arrows stand beside each of the iron-studded window shutters. Racks of spears line the far wall. The place is deserted except for 3 young men who all bear strong resemblance to the tavern keeper. One of them has his head swathed in bandages. You ask the tavern keeper how much he will charge for the men to billet here tonight, and are quite surprised when you hear the reply, "Nothing," he says, moving tables aside so that your rangers can sleep on the tavern floor. "Your presence here tonight will be worth more than gold to us. We've been attacked by bandits every night since the last full moon." As the last of your men return from the stables, the doors are closed and barred. It has started to rain, and your men seem greatly relieved to be inside where it is warm and dry. If you wish to question the tavern keeper about the nature of the bandit raids, do you wish to question him about news that he may have heard from Ruinon, or you don't want to question him any further and just sleep?
Well, I guess save at this point.
All right.
I think it's a good time to save. I hit a few random number tables.
In case there's a vampire, yeah.
Dude, I want to talk about some bandits.
Bandits!
Hopefully we can detract there and maybe even get killed a few men.
They're no ordinary bandits. They're a private army. Their leader is a renegade noble from Vasagonia called Baraka, though his men call him Doomslayer.
Oh yeah? Does he got a black weapon?
After the first raid, we thought he and his men would leave us alone. After all, this is a poor province, even when the road carries traffic from the mines of Ruinon to Ishinar. But Doomslayer and his men have stayed. It's It's as if they're determined to kill us at all costs. That night, the tavern keeper's sons agree to take turns to sit watch at the arrow slits so that you and your men can catch some sleep. You are hungry and must eat a meal or lose 3 endurance points. Ha-ha! You've only got one left, buddy. You've been asleep for only 2 hours when you are awoken by the sound of a tolling bell. Bandits! Screams the tavern keeper. They've gotten into the stables! You must act quickly or the bandits will steal your horses. The tavern keeper tells you that there are 2 ways to the stables from here. You can either leave through the front door and run around to the side of the tavern, or climb the stairs to the first floor window and jump down onto the stable roof.
Let's see. Stupid decision or dangerous decision? This is a tough one.
You should just bust through the wall like the Kool-Aid man.
Fucking jumps through some windows. Let's do
Yeah! A bolt of lightning gashes the stormy sky, illuminating the figures of your bandits, of the bandits as they creep into the stables. Crouching on the balcony, you signal your men. Really? There's a bell tolling. They're still creeping? It's obvious you know they're there. Crouching on the balcony, you signal to your men to prepare themselves. Dropping onto the stable roof, you discover to your dismay that the clay tiles are wafer thin and splinter beneath your weight, which apparently the tavern keeper failed to inform you of.
And my sixth sense.
That thing? I think we stopped relying on that thing a long time ago. To your dismay, you crash straight through the flimsy roof into the hay below. Luckily, you are unharmed by the fall and quickly regain your feet, but a bandit stands barely inches from your face, his sword raised to strike. You cannot evade this combat.
I'm deciding to use my summer sword.
Done. Where is that? Where's that thing? There it is. Oh, it's already equipped. Good. Fight! I don't know if you can do that. Good lord. Combat skill of 59. I don't think he's gonna make it.
Bye.
I don't think he's gonna make it. Good lord. A combat table of 15 and you rolled a 9.
If he hit me, I would have been dead.
Your men cheer with delight as you eviscerate your enemy. As you delight in the victory and drop through the stable roof to join you. A hard battle follows. Really? But the bandits are soon cleared from the stables and chased away into the stormy night. You search the stalls to discover that only 11 horses remain. The others have been stolen by bandits. After careful thought, you decide to call for 10 volunteers to continue the mission with you. And order the remaining rangers to return to Summerlin on foot at first light to report what has happened. As they head off to the north at dawn, you wait until they have vanished from sight before you turn and ride the opposite direction. So you've already been reduced to 10.
Woo!
Pick a number
so far.
on the random number table, which is 8.
Not bad.
After many hours of riding, you reach a highway junction. A large signpost indicates 2 destinations, south to Runan, 60 miles, or east to Ishnar, 40 miles. At this point, hunting will again be... Oh, it doesn't matter to you either way. Do you want to go south or east?
Well, look at my map.
All right, look at your map. Where's your map?
map.
Where's your map? There.
Don't drop it.
Map. Okay, so you are right here. Right here. That's where you are.
So I want to get to
South Runan. East Ishnar.
I can either go away from where I'm going
Uh-huh.
or towards where I want to go.
Right. Hard choice, I know.
I'm gonna go away from where I want to go.
How did I know you were going to do that?
Let's do this shit.
It is noon. Now the guys are like, wait, what? It is noon on the following day when you reach the outskirts of Ishnar. To the south, the wooded hills gradually ascend towards the magnificent snow-capped peaks of the Makin Range. It's a beautiful sight, one of the stark contrasts to the squalor of Ishnar and the desolate wastelands to the north. You ride along the only street in this dilapidated town, and you eventually arrive outside the large tavern called the Pick and Shovel. Your men are exhausted and badly in need of food and rest. Do you have the highest discipline of 6th sense? Yes, you do. You have a very uneasy feeling about this town. So far, you have only seen women and children shuffling along the street. There has been no sign of any men whatsoever. The inhabitants all seem nervous and avoid looking at you directly in the eye. Instinct tells you to turn around and leave as quickly as possible. Do you wish to follow your instincts, or do you wish to press on regardless of your instincts? You can investigate the tavern, or you can just continue along the street.
Taverns would be good.
Taverns it is.
Fuck 6 Sense.
You haven't helped me so far. Your men tether their horses and follow you into the tavern. An old woman stands behind the bar, her face taut and lined as if in pain. And there's a picture of her. She wears men's clothes, a shirt, checkered trousers. The tavern is empty, but the tables are covered with ale mugs and half-full beer. If you feel uneasy about this tavern... What?
If you just feel uneasy, turn to that page.
It's not like if you want to do anything like leave. It's just like, do you feel uneasy or if you feel quite relaxed?
No, I'm good about this. Let's talk to the old woman.
What an odd thing. You have barely taken a dozen steps when the old woman drops to the floor. A ranger shouts, "Ambush!" It is the last word he will ever speak. A razor-sharp disc of metal whistles down from the balcony above and sinks into his chest. Then, suddenly, the tavern is full of bandits pouring in through the windows and doors. 3 charge straight at you. Their battle cry is loud and savage. You draw your weapons and strike, beheading
Use the somersault.
beheading 2 of the dark-skinned warriors with a single blow. The 3rd bandit is upon you before the bodies of the others have fallen to the floor. Let's do this. I don't know if you're going to make it. You've only got a combat bonus of 14. 2 on a scale of 14.
Damaged.
Yeah, you are. A little bit.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Good thing I
okay.
used my summer sword.
It's over. It's
Or
over.
else I would have been hurt.
No sooner has the first warrior collapsed when another is hacking at you from the side. As you turn to face him, a spear thrust gashes your left arm. You lose 2 endurance points. You recoil in pain in the crush of the battle. You slip and fall to the floor, which is already strewn with bodies. Then you glimpse the open door and crawl towards it. Great, powerful Kai Lord. Crawling towards the open door.
Oh, I do have camouflage.
4. Hey, that was enough to get you through. Nicely done. You reach the door and quickly make your escape. The land behind the tavern is steep and heavily forested. 2 of your men follow, but they are both badly wounded and cannot keep up with you. You turn to shout encouragement, only to witness their deaths as they are brutally stabbed to the ground. The bandit murderers wipe their blades and sprint towards you. Good job, Piph. You got everyone killed. I love how you just completely abandoned your men, too.
Yep.
Screw this, I'm out. If you wish to run straight towards the forest, or do you wish to change direction as soon as possible as the trees hide you from your pursuers?
Do I want to go through trees or forests?
Yep.
Fuck the forest. I want to go to the trees.
Oh my god, I love this. One of the guys in the chat literally just said, "Okay, we've got 0 missing rangers, 1 dead, 9 remaining alive." And his very next one, "Okay, 10 dead, 0 alive." Done.
Yay!
Woo! Where are you headed?
I'm gonna change direction as soon as I hit the trees, because fuck the forest. I want to go into that shit.
As you part the dense foliage, you suddenly topple headlong over the edge of a steep drop and fall with a crash into a wide forest track below. Less than 10 feet away kneels a bandit examining the hoof of his horse and prizing out a sharp stone from the animal's shoe with a long curved dagger. The noise of your fall alerts him. He turns with his weapon raised for attack.
I use the summer sword.
Do it!
This entire book is just going to be slaughtering everyone, including the people who are near me.
You just like start swinging in a circle. Damn. He's still alive after a fight, after a battle. Not alive anymore.
Bye.
You literally have to roll a 3 to get any damage at all. If you win the combat, you notice a group of bandits are closing in from the north. You spot them just in time to make a hasty escape.